welcome to another segment of On the Ridge. I'm your host, Joe Judd, and as always, it's my pleasure to bring this kind of an outdoor show to all of you in regards to talking about topics of the season in relation to the world of hunting and the outdoors. As always, I want to thank the Falls Cable Corporation for allowing me to bring this kind of programming to all of you. Without them, On the Ridge just would not be here. So we want to thank Falls Cable for allowing us to be here with all of you. I tell you right now, if you're not into it, you need to be. Season's in. We're talking turkey now. We're talking turkey hunting. Kind of slow start. Kind of a slow start. You know, it kind of had a couple days there that was sort of miserable in the opener and the second day. Third day, it wasn't too much better. This morning, it was pretty good. Yesterday was pretty good. I was down in the eastern part of the state yesterday. Had a little luck down there, and this morning they were talking. But I tell you, the best is yet to come. So if you're a turkey hunter, and I hope you are, and you hadn't had the opportunity yet to really, get into one and have some fun working the birds as well as having the opportunity to harvest them, don't despair, man. The best is yet to come. The best is yet to come. So keep that in mind and get out there next week, because I think it's going to be a great week to be hunting turkeys. Now, for a lot of you guys and ladies, I know some great lady hunters. For a lot of you men and women who hunt, I mean, I know you go to other states. State I'd love to go to is the state of New York, and tonight I've got some guys here with me who are probably some of the best hunters in eastern New York, maybe in the entire state. A good friend of mine's also here who works out there with them, and we're going to talk a little bit tonight about talking turkey, hunting turkey, and some of the things that might help you put yourself in a position where you can have that chance for success. With me tonight from the Stuyvesant Hunt Club, my new friend Jody Boll. Jody, welcome to On the Ridge.
Hi, Joe.
One of his guides.
To be here.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to have you. One of his guides and one of his best guides, Gary Novak.
Well,
Gary, welcome to On the Ridge.
Thank you.
He brought his
Pleasure to be
beautiful
here.
wife here too. She's sitting over here, and my good friend and no stranger to On the Ridge and a Stuyvesant Hunt Club regular now, I guess.
Yes.
Randy, shoot him in the face, Gleason. Good to see you again, buddy.
Nice to see you too.
Nice to see you guys here. I know you had a great trip over. So glad to have you all here.
Pleasure to be here.
Yeah, pleasure to have you here. Stuyvesant Hunt Club, Stuyvesant Manor. Jody is the owner, a new friend of mine, a guy I've been having some fun with. We did some stuff out there with you just a little while ago. Tell us a little bit about the hunt club, Jody.
Our hunt club consists of 3,000 acres. It's about 30 miles south of Albany, and it's along the Hudson River. And it's farmland that has a lot of deer and turkey on it, and a lot of game, and we have a lot of fun, and we go hunting for turkey starts May 1st.
Yeah, Sunday, right?
Yes.
Yep. Now I know you've done a lot of renovations to the lodge. I've been out there a few times. It is a beautiful facility.
Thank you. It's Sidney Poitier's old estate, and I have new partners, and we've put quite a bit of time and effort into renovating the place, and I can't wait till the hunters come and see the new renovations to see their reactions.
And you got a lot of hunters coming this spring, right?
Yes, quite a few.
Yep. Yeah, and Jody and I have been talking about maybe getting Quaker Boy game calls involved a little bit. A lot of positive things that are going on out there, and I think in the future is holding nothing but great promise for the Stuyvesant group. How'd you get into this, Jody? I know you own a farm out there as well.
Yeah.
You're in the horses.
Yeah, thoroughbred race horses. It was a way for me to interact with my brothers. And I have two brothers. My one brother used to be, he's no longer with us. His name is John, and he was Dr. O's.
Yeah.
We sold hunting products all over the United States, and it was just a way to keep in touch with my brothers. So hunting is just more than going out and harvesting an animal.
Yeah, that's obvious in my visits out there. I mean, you guys have a lot of fun. You put a lot of effort into it. The relationships mean a lot.
Yeah, the friendships, when it's all said and done, that's what it's all about.
Exactly. Now, Gary, one of your best guys, right?
He's up there.
He's up there, yeah. And I know turkey's a big thing with you. I know scouting's a big thing with you. But Gary, tell me, before we get too deep into that, how'd you get started in all this? I mean, you've probably been hunting your whole life, right?
Yeah, I've been hunting my whole life. A friend that I work with was a guide with Stuyvesant Farms at that time. Asked me if I wanted to come on board, try it out, and I said, yeah, why not? Let's see what happens. I've been with them since day 2, I think.
two.
Oh, wow.
Like, what, 15, 16
16
years?
some
And
years.
I look forward to it every year. I enjoy doing it. It's a lot of fun.
Yep.
You get a chance to meet a lot of people from all over,
Yeah.
all over the country.
Right.
And so that's what I'm doing. I really enjoy doing it.
Yeah, deer and turkeys.
Deer, turkeys.
Coyote,
Or-
maybe.
We're going to be getting into coyotes,
Don't forget your geese.
geese. We'll be doing some goose hunting and a little bit of duck
Pheasants.
hunting and
Yep.
some pheasant hunting.
Yeah, you were telling me that when I was out there, you're bringing some pheasants in for next fall, maybe, or this coming fall.
For this coming fall, we're going to open up our new pheasant facility. You'll be able to hunt pheasants on over 550-acre farm, and it's quite the setup, and we look forward to doing it.
Yeah, and I want to hit this twice before this show ends. So let's hit it right now while we're on the topic. It's Stuyvesant Outdoor Adventures, right?
Yes.
And it's www.stuyvesantoutdoor.com.
Yes.
Guys, I'm going to read that again, so maybe you can get it up on the screen. It's www.stuyvesant, and that's STUYVESANT outdoor.com.
.com.
And the phone number 518-989-0137. You're going to get Jody or some member of his team.
Yes.
And it's a great opportunity to get out there and do some good hunting. We'll hit that again before we leave here tonight. Randy,
Joseph.
you joined these guys. I've been hearing about it. I've been salivatating about it. All the stories you've been telling me, and here you are.
I went out there once, Joe, on a guided hunt, and I fell in love with the place.
That's when you worked with Nick, right?
Correct.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the game out there is great. The hospitality's bar none, and the country is just beautiful.
Yeah.
So I fell in love with the place. Jody turned out to be a great host and a really, really great friend, and his sidekicks aren't too bad either.
Yeah.
We try.
So we
try.
we have a great time, and the goal is to please and take care of the clients out there, and everybody's just a real happy family out there.
Yeah. Well, of all the guys I know, and as you know, Randy, I hunt with very few people, but you're always one of the ones that I do hunt with.
We have a good time when
We
we
have
go
a good
out,
time when we do go. We don't have the chance to go like we did in the past because we're so busy, but
Right.
you are one good guy to be out there. I can guarantee you that.
Thank you, Joe.
As well as the fact that you're probably pretty helpful when it comes to dragging deer.
Yeah, lately.
Yeah. Hey, you drug a few for me, as I recall.
All right. Yeah.
I remember one year when we were hunting in New York, I had a bad knee, and you just about drugged me out that year.
That was during turkey season.
Yeah, that was bad scene,
We ended up getting out to that turkey gobbling, and you didn't make it back
Didn't
too
make it
awful
back
well.
too awful well,
Yeah.
no. But Randy, I'm glad you're out there. I'm glad you're here.
Yeah, a lot of
So-
fun. Thanks, Joe.
I want to talk more about the club as we get toward the end of this, but I want to focus on turkeys right now because I'd love to do a show with you guys on deer, maybe in the fall, maybe even at the lodge. But right now, it's been kind of tough this week in Mass. I'm not sure how the conditions are in New York. Maybe they're kind of quiet. I think I've heard you guys say that. But what are some of the things, again, let's start with Gary, that you would be thinking about right now in regards to your opening day? And if you were a week into the season, what would you be thinking?
Well, I've been out every weekend since the middle of March, scouting them, finding out where they are, listening to them, trying to find out where they're going when they hit the ground. I hopefully think I've got a spot to set up Sunday morning where they'll be coming out, where I can do just minimal calling and hopefully harvest one. But I think scouting is probably a big thing, also with deer, but I mean, we're talking turkeys right now. Just getting out as early as you can in the season and finding out where they are and just watching them and trying to pattern them.
Yeah,
See
because
where they're going to.
if you could take the best caller amongst the four of us, and we probably all could call pretty well, or the best woodsman in relation to knowing how to get in and out of areas and where the game are, if you could take the best caller or the best woodsman in this room, who would you take?
Oh, definitely the best caller, I think. I mean, because if you get one hung up, I mean, you could probably move in on them, but I mean, they're going to see you.
Yeah.
Because in our area, if you see a piece of property, chances are the edge of it is a real deep valley.
Yeah.
And it's going to be hard for a hunter to be moving around in that.
Yeah.
So you need to call the bird in to you.
Right.
And I think that's probably the most important, is to be a real good caller. I mean, it's nice to know the woods, but To me, I think you've got to know how to call them in.
And I don't dispute that, but you just hit on a really key point there about the fact that, you know, if you're on the edge of a field, then that bird's probably going to be in that valley.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no doubt that calling a bird up out of a field is kind of tough.
Right.
For me, and I don't dispute you at all, because I know you've been hunting a long time, and I know you know what you're talking about. I like to know the woods. Man, I like to be able to know where I'm going, and I like to be able to know how to get there. And I like to have somebody with me that can get me in there, because between you and I together, we can probably call well enough.
Oh, sure.
But if I don't know how to get there, and I don't know where to set up, they're both so important. It's really an unfair question. You need to be a good caller, and you need to know the woods.
Yes, you do. Right.
And I know you know both.
Well, sometimes the woods, I mean, sometimes they're a little tricky. I mean, in our area, there's a lot of thick stuff in there, and it's hard to get through. Other areas are a little bit open. So, yes, I mean, knowing the woods is very important also.
And you know, because you know how to get through that
Yes,
stuff.
I do.
I know
Yes.
you do.
I
Jody.
agree because what we do at the lodge lots of times is Randy's a very good caller, and I know the terrain because I've been there longer than anybody else. So we'll team up with an individual, and I'll take my knowledge of where I think the birds are roosting, and we'll go in, we'll set up. Set up is everything, I believe, to consistently get turkeys. And then Randy does his magic.
Yeah.
And we
You do okay?
we do very, very well.
We gotta be right up around 85-90%.
I don't want
Oh, man. That's awesome.
It is unbelievable.
That's awesome. So that
really
means
is.
like every 10, 1100 you guys take out, 7 or 8 guys are coming out of there with a bird. That's awesome. That's great. And I know a lot of it has to do because you guys know what you're doing. But also, you got a lot of birds in that area. And you know about that, Jody. I mean,
Well, one of the key things is for a hunter, whether you're a beginner or somebody who's been doing it a very long time, is to learn patience.
yeah.
And when you walk through the woods and go for a walk and you scare that turkey, that might be the one that you're going to try to go hunting for the following day or whatever.
Right.
So I don't recommend moving around a lot. Your
Right.
birds are there. They're not going anywhere. They can hear you even if they don't answer you. And you just have to learn to stand your ground
Yeah.
and wait.
Yep. You know, and that is really wise because Dick Kirby, you guys know who Dick Kirby is?
Yep.
Before he died years ago when he used to hunt. I don't know what I was doing when I was with him, but he taught me a lot. And one of the things that he taught me was that very thing. You know, get somewhere, sit down, and just call. Find your way in. I remember on a ridgeline once, we didn't know if anything was around. We sat there for an hour and a half. He was just calling away, you know, every 15 minutes. And just like you say, Jody, our patience won the day.
You have to have the faith.
Yeah.
Because how many times have you get up because you just can't wait any longer because you think you're going to go get a better setup,
Yeah.
and you hear,
Yep.
Exactly, man. Then all of a sudden you're looking around. It's like, whoa, now what do I do?
Yeah.
But Gary got it right. I mean, you got to be a good caller. You got to know. You got to. I'm not trying to steal anything from Will Primo here, but you got to speak the language. You know, and Gary speaks the language. But also being able to. It's really a question that's they got two honest answers, and you got to know the woods. You got to be able to call something.
when you hear this,
Yeah,
it's all over.
yeah. But when you're watching them and the hen lays and the dance ends,
Yeah.
time to drop.
Be ready.
Be ready.
Be ready, yes.
So, Gary, in your experiences, tell me some of the things in regards to the setup in relation to like those early morning hours. I mean, what do you like to do? What are some of the calls you like?